The continued escalation between the Russian forces and Ukrainian forces are going to have a profound effect on every single Western nation and NATO member in the world. Basically just Western nations, but every single time that NATO reinforces Ukraine and something like this happens, it is a profound escalation in the conflict. So I'm going to show you this video. This is actually from Vicegrad 24. It's just crazy what's going on currently. This video is from the Airbase in Lebetsk. So basically, Ukrainian drone swarm strikes the Russian military airbase Lipetsk. Large explosions followed by secondary explosions, as you can see in the video. Lipetsk is home to a number of Russian Su-34s, MiG-29s, Su-25s, and at times 2 times Su-57s. This is their very highly technologically advanced fighter aircraft, along with their basic arsenal of aircraft, Su-25 being their ground attackers. Su-34s and MiG-29s are like their primary fighters, I believe. And the Su-57s, well, they're just these, I guess, propaganda machines. They don't have an actual purpose at the moment. They're quite useless, but they're still there, and it's probably all gone now. I want to give this article from Al Jazeera. It just highlights just how far these Ukrainian or NATO forces have reached into the Russian territory. This is Lipetsk right here. This is 460 kilometers south of Moscow. It is quite far into the Russian territory. It's not on the front lines anymore. This isn't Kursk. This is Lipetsk. This is far into the Russian territory. And the consequence of that is, I believe this is going to make the war even nastier than it currently is. I believe Russia is going to be very aggressive with their military tactics now. They're going to escalate this war by having done this. The NATO forces are going to be very happy about the escalation of the war as well. So I quote from the article: Russia's Lipetsk region under massive drone attack, governor says. Residents ordered to evacuate with fire reported at military airfield in region about 460 kilometers south of Moscow. Russia has begun evacuating people from parts of its western region of Lipetsk after a massive attack by Ukrainian drones, regional governor Igor Artamonov said. Sorry, I don't speak Russian, so. Writing on the Telegram messaging app in the early hours of Friday, Artamonov said Lipetsk had been subjected to a massive UAV, unmanned aerial vehicle attack. He later reported explosions from far from civilian buildings, as well as damage to a local power facility. So if you know, in the Ukraine-Russia war currently, there have been massive attacks from Russia into the Ukrainian power facilities. This is probably a way to just get revenge on that by striking the Russian power facilities. At least 6 people were injured, he said. Shortly afterwards, Russia's state-run RIA, Novosti, and TASS news agencies reported a fire had broken out at a military airfield outside the city of Lipetsk, which has a population of about 500,000 people. So this isn't some small city. This is actually a pretty big city. Lipetsk lies about 460 kilometers, or speaking in American, 286 miles south of Moscow, and about 300 kilometers, 190 miles from Ukraine's eastern border. 4 villages were being evacuated after a local state of emergency was declared in the Lipetsk municipal district. So this is, 300 kilometers away from the front lines, basically, on the Ukraine's eastern border. They have reached a long way into the Russian territory. Just insane, really. So I want to show you this other video. I believe I can show you this. It's not too bad. So this is some truck brigade trying to bring in some soldiers to quell the counterattack, I suppose, from the the Ukrainian forces, NATO forces. Nearly 100 Russian soldiers killed. This is actually from Vicegrad 24, so I don't know if this exact number actually makes sense or if it's actually a real number. But it probably is. I mean, look at these trucks, right? The Ukrainian army has obliterated a Russian military column of 12 trucks bringing infantry reinforcements to the Russian Kursk region in an attempt to stop the Ukrainian invasion. So yeah, basically this invasion that we're seeing currently is in the Kursk region, and they want to reinforce this region, and they got highly ambushed. This is the destruction we see. This is from the Ukrainian forces attacking the Russian forces. Ukraine has a legitimate right to hit targets in Russia uses. This is the escalation that we're going to bring into this situation, right? The NATO forces just want to have a war with Russia. They don't want to have a ceasefire or end the war. No, they want to bring this war to your doorstep. They wanted you to fight in this war as well. Russia has branded a Ukrainian incursion in the border of Oblast of Kursk as a large-scale provocation. Listen to the language used, or read the language used. Insane. The European Commission on Thursday said Ukraine has the right to defend itself by attacking targets in Russia following the incursion in the border Oblast of Kursk. Basically, they just want war. They just want war. And they want you to fight in their war. I don't know. It's just... this is more escalation in a conflict that could have ended a long time ago, honestly. But I guess that's just the way the world works, huh? I think I'll just leave it there. Next video is coming up later today. Like, subscribe, share this, and I'll see you in the next one.